I like how it sprinkles in Midna's theme here and there. So these are the weapons you use in your world? I don't. Midna, you're holding the sword by the blade. You psychopath. Holy crud. I'm just gonna get beheaded. Oh, Link's pissed. You really think this thing can slay the creatures of Twilight? Well, I won't use these, but I'll hang on to them for you. I love that, the quick snap, and they just disapparate into like wherever, whatever pocket dimension she sends them in. I was like sitting all sassy on her back. Like, yeah, whatever. Alright, a promise is a promise. I trust you enough to help. In exchange for my help, though, I need you to gather some things for me. Look, I can't tell you all the details now, but it'll be easy, trust me. But enough about that. Do you hear that noise? It's a lamentation of the spirit that had its light stolen. Where in the world could it be? Better get going. Don't you think? Don't blame me for your world's fate if you don't hurry up and find that light. Come on, snap to it. So the quick start option is now available. What is a quick start option? Need the Wolf Link amiibo? Oh, I probably have that. Hold on. I have the equivalent to it. I have amiibo cards for Zelda. And one of them is supposed to be Wolf Link. They're all freaking like non-official Nintendo art, but like the inside part that you scan is supposedly works. What the crud? Cave of Shadows? Quick Start Cave of Shadow. How is Quick Start any faster or slower than just starting the game from the file menu? I don't understand. Do I touch it now? Oh. Would you like to register this quest log as your quick start data? Yes? Okay. You can use quick start by touching to the gamepad on the title screen. Okay. So I touch it to the title screen. Oh. Oh. Okay, but that doesn't really cut out much time. I mean, all you gotta do otherwise is press start, then press A a couple times. It doesn't really save that much time. Okay, well, what about unlocking the Cave of Shadows? Maybe that's for later. There's a Cave of Shadows. Hey, everybody. This is a little disjointed. Because I stopped recording, took a break, got distracted, and I'm recording again because was in a little bit of a funk concerning myself with whether or not I was saying meaningful thoughts that I had about the game while I was playing it. But I mean, the thing is, I think what the real thing is that like it wasn't that I was getting a lot of thoughts that were popping in my head out. I think the real thing is that Shadow Demons. No, it's that this game, unlike a game like Wind Waker or Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time, this game has a lot more like moments or set pieces where things are happening, and right now it's a lot more linear too. It's a lot more linear, but it's also it's a lot more linear because like this right here, right? It's another thing that has broken up the gameplay. Have you realized that we have not gone more than like 10 to 15 minutes of gameplay without running into a cutscene, some dialogue, stuff like that? That's how most of the game is. So I think it's just like sort of like a shift that we're taking of the game's a lot more because it's so much more story driven. In this intro, I don't consider the intro done until you get to the first dungeon, which we are not going to be, which I am not going to be able to even do in this one game session because it's already 1 o'clock in the morning. We're penned again. What do they think they're dealing with? No need to take on these little pests one at a time, right? You can take them all all at once. So you can handle this by yourself, can't you? Good luck. See, technically they should all be dead, but they do that because this is a tutorial. That's another thing too, is that a lot of stuff is sort of blocked off to you. You're sort of on rails for a long time in an effort to try and, what's the holdup? If you leave the last one alive, it's going to use that shriek to bring the others back. Listen, let me help you out here. Just move like I tell you. Hey, better spin attack. It's such a cool attack. It's such a cool attack that you rarely ever use outside of fighting these specific enemies. You can use it on other things, and it is useful, but they're like the main reason you use it. But yeah, I don't consider, personally, I don't consider, oh, another fountain already. Yeah, no underground fairy springs. At least not yet. Please, be careful. These woods have changed. The dark clouds of dusk cover this land. This drape of shadows is called Twilight. In this twilight, those who live in light become as mere spirits. It is a place where the dark ones and evil creatures dwell. I am a spirit of light. Blue-eyed beast, look for my light. Retrieve the light stolen by the dark beasts. Keep it in this vessel. Ooh, I got a little choir in there. For the vessel of light, it's crucial to collecting tears of light. If you fill it with tears of light, you will be able to cut through the twilight and return normal light to this place. To see these evils that hold the tears of light, use your senses. In the shadows of twilight, the dark insects are as invisible as normal beings are here. Normal beings. That's very specific, saying that the twilight is a place filled with monsters and evil, and then also referring to Annihilians, or rather human beings, as normal creatures. It's very, it's subtle. It's subtle. It's brief, but it's very specific dialogue coming from this spirit. Let me use the last of my power to reveal the locations of the dark insects that consumed the light. Oh yeah, I get you. See these guys? I think this map is a lot more detailed and expansive than it was before. I could be wrong. Find the insects of darkness. The dark insects, they are the form taken by evil. once it has latched on to our scattered light. Yes, sir, and/or madam. Probably non-binary. It's like a spiritual animal guardian. Probably the spiritual animal guardians don't need to deal with gender. Oh, dang. Oh, man. The Deku Babas somehow look... Actually, honestly, a little bit more stylized, a little bit less disturbing than the ones in the realm of light. The ones in the light realm are, freaky. Oh, running away. Screw you, Mr. Bug. I'll get you one of these days. Oh wait, I can totally get in there. Well, first, there's one in here apparently. Oh. Don't mind if I do. I'll probably be stopped if I try to go this way. Yeah. Wait, don't go too far. You still have stuff to do here in these woods, don't you? Come back. Yeah, it's interesting, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's an adjustment for sure, because by this point in Wind Waker, we were doing tons of side quests all at once in Windfall Island. But this game is very much, it's holding its cards. We've gotten one heart piece, and the one heart piece that we got was in the room that we had to go into for another thing. Looks like we can get in there. What scene do we got going on here? Oh, tons of books and stuff. Some bottles and things. Oh, well, the guy is a potion maker. Colo? What are these bugs? Those things aren't normal. They're so big, so weird, so creepy. Come on, get away, bugs. Shoot, get out of here. Did they give us bugs in twos? What? They just died? Oh boy, I have no idea what's going on around here. Just stay inside, dude. Are there more of those bugs outside? Oh, maybe I should just lay low for a while. Yeah, dude, don't go budging. Something interesting that you notice a lot is that upon being freed from his shackles, Link he just sort of abides by Midna's rules for that time. But then upon being reminded of Colin and Ilya, which I would say understandably he had probably forgotten, considering he woke up, was a wolf, is in a different realm, in Hyrule Castle, meeting a princess, being ridden by an imp. He probably totally forgot about... about his, totally forgot that everybody he had watched his friends get kidnapped, or attacked, I suppose, and then kidnapped. Oh, just freaking holding it in his teeth. It's brutal. But Link's demeanor as a wolf, it's interesting. It's noticeably different from that point on. A lot of shots of him show him growling. He looks infuriated. And I don't know, it's sort of, you realize his position, what's happened to him, his position, compared to where he was, like literally a day ago, less than a day ago at this point, according to the timeline that they seem to imply, it has not even been almost a full day since he was attacked and taken. So it's... Oh, we got poison fog. It's a freaking mist out here with that. So I don't know, like you really sort of feel for him, like if you can it's just the frustration in him is different, right? Because it goes beyond just the sheer determination that may be oh, hold on. Oh dang. Oh, I actually got up there. I figured I was gonna have to knock him down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So another one? There's one more somewhere. But yeah, like the links that we've played as, that we've seen, you know, they go through a wide range of emotions, but like, it's very rare we see one just be genuinely angry, or that genuinely furious. Hey, think we can get across over there? I'm gonna find out. But what's already, because of the position he's been put in, he cannot do it alone, and that is frustrating for. Oh, there are two. That is obviously going to be frustrating for a guy who just wants to rush in and get the job done. No matter the cost, is that like being physically unable, he can't even go back home to tell anybody that he's okay, or to tell them that he's going to go help and save their kids. I'm about to go quick. Yeah, this forest is looking a little booby-trapped, which seems strange. Woof. Well, I got both of them. What the heck? Oh my gosh. What it does become very immediately apparent, you know, is that like Link and Midna already, you can tell, completely make up for each other's weaknesses, though. Like, they do complete each other in these forms that they both have. Ooh, the freaking long jump. Oh, another thing to note too, when you kill those guys, the portal stays, changes colors. Doesn't seem to be more ghouls coming, but. And then we also have a bit of an odd sight, just a Bridge. Sticking straight up out of the ground. Not the weirdest thing that we've seen all day, but it is odd. Yeah, the music changed a little bit of a chime in the distance. I do like the Twilight theme. It is very nice, it's very otherworldly. The bird. He gone. It's funny, for as much as this game goes back to basics, like for as much as it goes back to the oh, who's that spirit? Oh, it's the monkey. Oh, we can actually understand her in this form. Holy crud, the cheek. Cheek's looking a little strange right there, monkey. Criminy. I forgot that we'd actually be able to understand her like this. Or him, you know, to be fair. Just because they got a pink bow in the hair doesn't mean it's necessarily a girl. Someone help me? Boy, lucky me. Ever since the boss went funny in the head, there have been scary monsters everywhere. Those village kids got led through the woods for some reason. Whole forest is so weird now. What's happened? Boom, that's the last one. Ooh. That's a nice little jingle. Ah, but it was so nice here in the Twilight. What's so great about a world of light anyway? See you later. So what's this one? The other one was like a deer. Or a buck of sorts. Human-faced squirrel? Yeah, kind of a squirrel of sorts, except with a scorpion stinger. Weird. It is really nice to have like cleaner, such clean models now. Oh, Farron. We've not met a Farron, but we've been to Farron like as a Providence before. I'm almost certain. So it's Ordona for the Orden region, where the Orden village obviously is, and then Farron for Farron Woods. There's been a Farron Woods in one of the games we've played, or like a Farron region, right? Or no, Farron was the name of an important figure, right? Hold on, let me check that. Oh no, I see. Zelda Wiki says, okay, so Farron starts here, and then shows up in some form or capacity in every game after this one. Farron originated here. Okay, I understand. My name is Farron. I'm one of the spirits of light who dwell in Hyrule. By the order of the gods, I protect this forest. O brave youth. In the land covered in twilight, where people roam as spirits, you were transformed into a blue-eyed beast. That was a sign. It was a sign that the powers of the Chosen One rest within you, and that they are awakening. Look at your awakened form. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're just given the garb, yeah. Oh, this all looks pretty cool, I gotta be honest, but, what's with the silly hat? No, I'm just kidding. No, I love the hat. You gotta keep the hat. Hat's iconic. The green tunic that is your garb once belonged to the ancient hero chosen by the gods. His power is yours. Once belonged to the ancient hero, yeah. We know him well. His power is yours. His is the true power that slept within you. Yep. We are, I don't know if it's implying that we are a descendant or we are some sort of like a reincarnation of sorts. Like once a hero, like once the chosen hero dies, somewhere in the future there will be a new one to take its place, you know? Kind of like Dalai Lama, you know? Like we have past lives. We are a new, different person, but we have past lives. His power is yours. His is the true power that slept within you. Your name is Link. You are the hero chosen by the gods. Brave Link. A dark power rests in the temple deep within these woods. It is a forbidden power. Long, long ago, I and the other spirits of light locked it away. Because of its nature, it is a power that should never be touched by any who dwell in the light. But this world weeps beneath a mantle of the shadows, and so there is no choice. You must match the power of the King of Shadows. If you would seek this forbidden power, then proceed to the temple in the forest depths. It's funny, it sounded like you gave me a choice, but I don't really feel like I do. That's interesting. Oh, this is one of the best songs in the game. I'm probably going to listen to this song to go to sleep tonight. It's so good. Well, well. You're the chosen hero and all that, huh? So that's why you turned into that beast. What a shame. I mean, maybe you'd rather just wander as a spirit like the rest of them, totally unaware of what was happening for all eternity, right? So, what do you want to do? Do you want to head to the temple? Well, isn't that convenient? I was about to head there myself. Hey, look. You want to help your friends, right? The way I see it, maybe they're in the temple, waiting for you to rescue them. Well, good luck, Mr. Important Hero. Still our shadow. Ugh, the music in this game is so good. It's some of the best, honestly. The vibes are just immaculate. But here we are. We are fully decked out, Link. We got a sword and shield now. Suddenly, we are officially in a Zelda game. Yeah, it's funny. That scene ends and Link he doesn't hold his head up high. He doesn't look triumphant or excited or Like he doesn't look excited at the prospect that that he is a chosen one. Now then, it's finally time to get that weapon I worked so hard to get. You probably know this, but swing your sword, or to use that weapon I worked so hard to get. I'm so helpful, aren't I? Just think of me when you need to use those, okay? Sure thing. Oh. Hey, note to self, don't, he doesn't hold his head up high. He doesn't look optimistic or excited at the prospect of what's ahead for him. He looks down. He looks down at his feet. He looks down at himself. He looks. You don't get to see his face, but you see his head sort of tilt down. A bit dejected, honestly. It reads to me that he is uncertain. There's an uncertainty in him. There's a unhappiness in him about what is happening. It's funny, because even Wind Waker Link had this had a look of compliance, at least, like understanding and compliance and like duty to him as he went about his business, right? But Twilight Princess Link looks frustrated. He looks frustrated at being burdened with having to work with Midna, who does not seem to care. See, unlike every other partner in the Zelda game, Midna does not care about what you want or what you are doing. Oh, yeah, I forgot there's like an active day and night cycle, huh? That's pretty sick, actually. She does not seem to care about what you want and what you are doing. She only cares so far as it helps her with her own personal goal. She's not there to help you. You are there to help her. She makes that very clear. You are her servant, and you have to do what she asks you to do, because you have no choice. Now, she ultimately has no choice either, but you for sure need her way more than she needs you. That's not actually true. But she frames it that way. She frames it that as you need her way more than she needs you, and she clearly knows a lot more about a lot of this stuff than you do. So it certainly feels like you need her more than she needs you. She basically just needs you as a taxi service to get her around quicker, and move around the world of light. So there is a tragedy to this, but then on top of all of that, Link finds out that he is a chosen one. So not only is he being burdened, is he suddenly burdened with having to find all the kids of his village and his best friend, his friends and loved ones, to restore peace to his village. Not only is he being burdened with, not only is he being tasked with helping this strange imp with whatever her quest is, seemingly one that seems to be filled with some sort of malice and contempt towards the world, Zant, the usurper, who attacked Hyrule. I don't even know that they name dropped him yet. So not only are you being tasked with, is he being tasked with helping a stranger who does not care for him or his loved ones, on top of all of that, he is he now has the burden of being a chosen one, of being the one who holds a power that nobody else has, or few others have, a power that makes him uniquely equipped to navigate a world that is quickly being filled with Twilight, and he makes him uniquely equipped to expel that Twilight and potentially save this land, and as they've mentioned, as they've made sure to mention multiple times, the whole world is at risk, not just Hyrule. It's like, and so suddenly what seemed to be an already difficult road ahead has suddenly gotten astronomically large. And suddenly those rings that Ilya says to him starts to ring in your head of, don't try to do anything. Try not to do anything that's out of your league. Okay? Because you are one to act. And I think that's another thing too. To me, I feel in my core that there must be this sort of acknowledgement in Link that there is no doubt in his mind that he is going to tackle this task. There's no doubt in his mind that he's going to meet this task head on and attempt to rectify all of these problems that are now being that he is now carrying on his shoulders. But because he acknowledges that, he is unhappy. He has this unhappiness, this uncertainty about him because the task is the road is so long and difficult. The road ahead is so long and difficult, and he knows that he is going to walk it no matter what. He knows without a doubt that he's going to walk it. Oh, we can actually watch this guy fall asleep, just straight up. Hey, bud. Oh. Whew, that threw me for a loop, guy. I was wondering who it might be. Then it turns out to just be the Odonian. Your clothes look so different, I hardly recognized you, guy. Don't you know it's dangerous to wander in the woods at night without a light? And I gave you a lantern, guy. Why don't you use it? It's kind of rough around here lately, so be careful, okay? There's so many monsters now. I had to close the gate to the temple. But you, guy, you want to get back there, huh? I'd like to. You sure do look geared up for it. So here you go. Why, thank you. Oh, yeah. The woods on the other side of this cave are covered in really thick fog. Make sure the lantern is full. You're definitely going to need to use your lantern a lot in there, so bring all the oil you can. Hey, check this out. I got a special one-time offer of a bottle full of lantern oil, only for 100 rupees. How about it, guy? What a bargain. Yeah, I'll do it. Thanks a lot, guy. Here you go. And with that, we actually already have a second bottle, which is pretty crazy. But there's only 4 in the game, so. You can put all kinds of stuff in the bottle once you use all the oil inside, guy. And hey, keep using that lantern so you'll come back and buy more oil. Sure thing. Speaking of which, we could use a bit of oil in the lantern right now. Think I better just fill that up right away. I'll keep the bottle on too. You think we can be deflecting Ganon's energy blast with this? Not that it even seems like we're going to be confronting Ganon in this game. Seems like it's all about Zant. And yes, obviously, I already know whether that's true or not. I've played this game half a dozen times, but never you mind with my meaningless efforts to hide the truth from you. What's temple? It's pitch dark ahead. Party's interested in going forward. Must first go this way. Koro, not Kolo. Koro. Oh, we really would have had to talk to him first. Yeah, there's so much more. The attacks are quick when they come out, but the time between them It's different, it's heavier. Oh, when we strike enemies, the way the sparks light up the area around us. That's pretty cool. Thank you. I'm pretty sure the Wii version of the game had actual, like, they added sights to it. So I'm interested that, well, I think it's interesting that that is gone now. Ooh, foggy. Ooh, we don't mind if I do. So he said the... Yeah. Oi! Well, yeah, okay. I mean, I was going that way anyways. Hey, what's this monkey's problem? You idiot, while you were staring off into dreamland, your lantern got stolen. Thank you for the heads up, and I hadn't noticed. Now for the obligatory follow the monkey into the mist. What we're gonna be seeing pretty soon here. Oh, there would be music. I was wondering, like, I was like, oh man, there's not really music right now, huh? It's because it's nighttime. Oh, but you got like moonbeams going through the trees. Looks really nice. Well, I got you. I'm right behind you. Don't use all my lantern oil. I paid a grip of money to get like a bottle full of it. I'm pretty sure what happens if you enter the mist. I think it just boots you back to the beginning. I think we're good now. Hey, be careful with that. That's a nice lantern. You ran out of oil while you were following the monkey around. Gosh dang it. Just monkey things. Oh, it is a full thing of oil. That's pretty cool. Really quick though, there was a... Oh, well, first off. Don't mind if I do. Oh. Making our money back, aren't we? Oh, here we go. Must not turn from day to night, or night to day. In this part of the forest. Oh, it does use a little bit of extra oil. When you swish it. Boy! Oh my gosh, they freaking bite you around the waist. That's messed up. Oh dang. This really does take the rest, like almost all of your oil. Oh, it did turn into daytime. Nice. Oh, this music's gonna make me drift off to sleep though. It's just so relaxing. Oi! Goons? Oh. I spy with my little eye something interesting. We got 2 empty bottles. I'll take more lantern oil. Don't forget to pay up. Oh, thank you. A massive tree in the middle of the woods. This is not the first time we have been confronted with that imagery. And it will never be the last. Time for one of my favorite characters in all of Zelda. Which is funny to say, because it is not a new character. Oh man, I love this area. Hyrule Castle off in the distance. I love the design of this guy. I mean, it's just a Stelphos. Let's get at him. Whoa. A sword wields no strength unless the hand that holds it has courage. You may be destined to become the hero of legend, but your current power would disgrace the proud green of the hero's tunic you wear. Ooh, I like that. You must use your courage to seek power, and find it you must. Only then will you become the hero for whom the world despairs. I like that. That's what I've been saying the whole time. It's you have the courage to act, but you lack the power to succeed. So you need to muster. You need the courage to find the power to heighten the courage. The trifecta. And the only way to gain more power is to gain wisdom. It's a perfect circle. If you do not find true courage, and you wish to save Hyrule from the horrors it now faces, then you will be worthy to receive the secrets I hold. This character right here, I'm just going to talk about this up front, because I don't know if they ever explicitly tell you or drop any details. This character is called, oh, look off in the distance, we can see something that alludes to something later, but we'll talk about that later. Some iconography off in the distance. This music's great, this character's great, this environment's great, this character's design is great. This is the hero's shade. He is the Stalfos. He is an undead Hyrule warrior. He is a specific Hyrule warrior. I mentioned, as we played the other games, that we would be seeing the Hero of Time again. And here he is. We didn't see him again, or hear much of him in Wind Waker, because that was the timeline that he left. And he left to come back to this timeline. And this is him right now. This is Ocarina of Time Link. This is Majora's Mask Link. This is that very same Link. This is not a different character. This is the same character. It's, at least it's heavily implied that that is the case. I mean, it's implied so heavily that it's basically just fact. It's basically canon, right? Obviously he wears a completely different garb that we've never seen before. I love the inclusion of this garb to allude to where he's going to go in the future in Major Link's animated series that he's doing for Ocarina of Time Link's story, sort of like what would happen after Majora's Mask. He has Link donning this armor, and it's great. It's a great hint at where things are going to go in the future. I love this. I love this a lot. Much like the sort of realization I had that Wind Waker Ganondorf is the same Ganondorf, the very same Ganondorf, not even incarnation of Ganondorf. This being literally Ocarina of Time Link it's amazing. It's amazing because while this game, you know, breaks the mold and does some pretty like wacky subversions of a couple things, like the way your partner character acts, it's switching to a much more linear story-driven style of gameplay, of game. The fact that you can transform into a wolf. There's like an alternate reality called Twilight. There's like weird Twilight beasts. There's weird synthesized music and stuff like that. Despite all of that, this game was a return to form for Zelda. This was a let's get back to basics. Let's get back to what Ocarina of Time was, and that sort of formula, where it's here's a world in front of you, but you are going to be hopping from one dungeon to the next dungeon to the next dungeon with very little extra in between, except for like some hidden secrets here and there, and I think what's cool about its return to the classic Zelda format, or what would be considered the classic Zelda format, is the inclusion of the classic Link, the one and only classic Hero of Time himself, who in this game serves as your teacher, which is the most like shonen style freaking setup ever of like, oh, an old character is coming back to train you, to train a new character. I love getting to hear him talk, because the way he talks, his words have such a history. Like, you can tell that this is that you can feel that this is a person who has fought many things and killed many things by his own hand, and he understands what wielding a sword means. Also, gaining a sword and wielding a sword are things that are always big moments in Zelda games. Getting the Master Sword is always one of the biggest moments in any Zelda game. In the very first Zelda game, the first thing you do is you go into a cave and a man says, "It's dangerous to go alone. Take this." That's what this guy's basically saying. He's saying it's dangerous to go alone, take this, but the hero of time here adds to it. He says a sword, and says a sword wields no strength unless the hand that holds it has courage. Which, if that does not exemplify everything that Link is as a character, it's the very reason why Link here is a chosen one, right? Why he is the hero of the story, and not somebody like the other kids who are the age that Link has been in the past, right? Tyler really wanted a sword. Doesn't know what the heck to do with it. Freezes up at the first sign of danger. Like, he loses his toy sword. Colin does not even want to pick up a sword. He says, can you teach me how to, I want to be just like you. I don't want to learn how to, use a slingshot or a sword or any of that stuff. I just want to learn how to, ride a horse and things like that, and go fishing. Which is why those characters are not, they lack one ingredient, one piece of the puzzle, and that is courage. Link does not wield a sword because he enjoys it. He does not wield a sword against enemies because he finds pleasure in it or because it sparks something within him. He does it only out of necessity. He does it because it is a means to an end. I remember who is the comic? Is it Gorm? Let me see. Gorman. Zach Gorman made a comic for the very first Zelda game. It is a alternate version of, or an expansion of the scene in the first Zelda game where Link gets a sword. The old man says, "It is dangerous to go alone. Take this." And Link asks, "It will keep me safe?" And the man says, "No. There is no safety to be found in a sword. A sword brings death. It does not give life. It is a responsibility, a burden. This is no gift. It is a curse. I hope one day you will forgive me." And I think that nails it right on the head, right? That's Link wields a sword as a means to an end. Not because it is a good thing, but because it is a bad thing, and he has the courage to wield it. He has the bravery to wield it. Rather, courage is I think we made the distinction in Wind Waker that bravery is the absence of fear, but courage is the willingness to act despite your fear. Courage does not mean you are not afraid. Courage means you will act regardless of the fear you may hold. I'm getting all choked up and stuff. I'm just glad that we're here. I'm glad we're fine. It's like, oh man, it feels like all the pieces coming together, And then getting to him and seeing him again, it feels like seeing an old friend. Because we started with Ocarina of Time, and we worked our way through, and even Wind Waker is laced with mentions of of the games that came before it and the Hero of Time. And now here we are about to trade swords with him. It's good. It's really good. Now, of course, this implies a lot about the fate of the Hero of Time. A somber thing. The question of what happened to him after the events of Majora's Mask. And, well, I think that goes back to a very particular scene, a very easily missed scene in Ocarina of Time, where that one random blonde Kakiri girl in the woods that we met when we were an adult giggled and said, "Oh, you know what happens to people who come into the woods and they get lost? They become Stalfos. Everybody's Stalfos." And then she giggles. She looks at you and says, "Do you think you might?" And then stops and then laughs. Presumably, after the events of Majora's Mask, Link eventually found his way back, and having no home or family or place or function in the world he found himself in anymore, he presumably retired back to Kakiri Forest, and probably eventually back to the woods, where, of course, him being a Hylian and not a true Kakiri, he would eventually become a Stalfos, like every Hylian would. But because of his hero's blood, because he was chosen and he had power, instead of becoming any other Stalfos, he became the Hero Shade. A living, walking memory of the heroism that he held, and the purpose that he held in a world that is long gone. I like that you can see his armor is dilapidated, it's overgrown, as if he had been sitting in one spot as a sentinel for a millennia. It's beautiful. It's beautiful because it is it captures the melancholy that is laced throughout the entirety of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. The sort of subtle hints of what sadness would befall a person who is in that Link's shoes, and what sadness befalls the idea of being a chosen one in general, which is another reason why I think it's really interesting that the Link that we are playing as now, the Twilight Princess's Link, does not look excited or happy. He looks determined, he looks dutiful in pursuing his goals at the moment, but when told that he is chosen and that he alone holds the power to vanquish the evil from this world, he looks down somberly at himself because he understands what that means. He understands that there is no glory in being chosen by higher powers. In being chosen by higher powers, you are a tool. You yourself are a means to an end. He is a sword. He is a sword for the gods, he is a sword for Princess Zelda, and he is a sword for Midna. And that is... he is a sword for his loved ones. But he is a powerful sword because he wields it with courage. Okay, that was a rant and ramble and a half. Let's see what this guy has to teach us. Enemies that are filled with energy will quickly recover and attack again, even when stunned by a powerful attack. The ending blow is a secret technique you can use on stunned enemies to end their breath before they spring back to life, or spring back into action. When an enemy lies collapsed on the ground, stunned, leap high into the air and deliver a final strike. When the opportunity to end their breath is before you, you will see the opportunity appear vividly before your eyes. Now, try it on me. So cool. Freaking brutal. It was a pinpoint strike. Never overlook your opportunity to finish with A. The first hidden skill, the ending blow, has been passed on. So, the music. So, for once, we actually can expand our sword techniques, add a little bit more to them. They're not all equally useful, and a lot of them, and none of them are really necessary. You can kind of just do your normal hack and slash thing. I would have loved to see them be incorporated more into, incorporated more meaningfully into combat. I would have liked to see them, even if like, keep them not mandatory, you know, keep them as something to go out in the world and discover. Except this one is mandatory, but this is also like a pretty pivotal, like, they have you use this one a lot. Or this one, there's opportunities to use this one a lot because you're always knocking enemies down. But yeah, I think it would be cool if they had enemies have like a weak to certain sword attacks, or you can make quick work of certain enemies with certain sword techniques. Sometimes you can, but for the most part, these are purely optional. It's kind of just like some extra pizzazz if you want to be a little flashy. We will be getting all of them though. There are still 6 hidden skills for you to learn. Those are only for one who carries the blood of the hero, the one whose spirit is that of the sublime beast. Oh, I think it's also really cool that when you meet him, he is a golden wolf. Almost fox-like even. To show that like that is just the spirit animal of Link is wolves. Grow powerful. Test your courage. When you find that you need another skill to overcome the threats that face you, search for the statues that howl with the sound of wind. Seek the sound that calls to the spirit of the beast to awaken me again. We have been referred to as, although a sacred one, we have been referred to as a beast quite a bit too, which again furthers that idea that we are a tool, a being that holds the power to kill. We may kill with purpose, but we are killing all the same. Much darker game. That's for sure, like forwardly dark with its themes and its story. A sword wields no strength unless the hand that holds it has courage. Remember those words. Farewell. We'll see you again. We'll talk about that, Minna? Don't you think heading to the temple deep in Fairn Woods sounds like a good idea? I mean, the thing I'm looking for is there, so maybe you'll find friends there as well. Can't do a finishing blow on a Deku Baba, though. Got a nasty looking spin attack. Oh yeah, if you look, at first you think, oh dang, this tree just goes up a little bit and then cuts off, right? No, it doesn't go up a little bit. It goes up pretty freaking high. All the trees around this area go up pretty freaking high. A giant tree in the middle of the woods. Oh, hold on. Boom. Right in the crotch. Yeah, with the bokoblins, it's always right in the crotch too. It's kind of brutal. So this is the forest temple, or forest dungeon. And this is what we're going to call it for now. There's going to be a lot to say about this first dungeon and what its origins and the context behind it. Of course, it is the place where Tallow and that monkey were kidnapped, so it already has significance as a location for that. It's one that we've been to before, a couple times now. But now we finally get to enter it after having finally received word of a new path before us, a long and difficult road, but one that only we can take. And then we'll finally be able to get to, if we're heading into this this first dungeon, we'll start to get into why I think this game has some of the strongest dungeons on a conceptual level. What the dungeons are, what they mean, like what they are as a location, what they mean for the story. The story behind the dungeons are some of the most compelling, for sure. They go beyond just being simple dungeons. This one is one of the most dungeon-like ones, for sure. But even then, even it being an intro dungeon, and two, a very straightforward, this is the forest temple, there's a little more going on here. Its location and its iconography it's evoking are an indicator of that, for sure. But that's for next time. Hey, if you liked this, press all the buttons that you press when you like a thing. If you didn't like this, don't do that. But you could, regardless of whether you liked it or not, you could press subscribe. You can hit the notification bell to get notified of further things. You could press thumbs up and thumbs down if you want. You can do all of that stuff. You can leave a comment saying, "Cool. I loved the part where you rambled about Zelda lore for 20 minutes. That really tickled my fancy." And I'll be like, "You should get that checked out." Next time, first dungeon, Twilight Princess. We did it, gang. We're out. We're out of the tutorial. We're out of the intro. There's a game here. No, it's a good intro. It's a good intro. I think it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's long, and it can even feel, admittedly, like dull sometimes, but I think that's like the point. Not once you turn into a wolf and you're wandering around a dungeon. That's the actual like prison of Hyrule Castle. But you know, when you're just wandering around Ordon Village, fishing, looking at bugs, herding goats. But man, it was easier than what we gotta do now.